Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm bringing you some Kayle gameplay. Now, I'll be completely honest, I've been playing Kayle after I posted my Ryze video yesterday. I've been playing Kayle non-stop since then, and I have tried every variation of Kayle. Kayle Bar, Kayle Gwen, Kayle Zoe, everything. And I think so far, the one that I have had the most success with is going to be this Kayle Zoe Freljord deck, which actually does pretty well. It is a little bit tough and it is a little bit hard to play, and obviously Kayle can be a little bit hard to get online. But between the Redna, the Mihira, and the Kayle, your elusives can get really big, and you're able to just kind of overwhelm the opponent if you can get to that late stage. It is a deck that shines more towards the late mid game to late game rather than like early mid game or aggro. So obviously we're a lot weak to aggro, but it is what it is. Kayle is in a really bad spot in my opinion. I think Kayle is definitely the worst of the three new champions, Ryze, Kayle, and Aatrox. It's very hard to find a deck that really works with her. I'm trying a lot of them, so maybe there's something that's going to end up working. But for now, hope you enjoy this Kayle Zoe, which I think has performed the best for me so far. Now, how does this deck work? We're trying to buff up our units a lot between Omen Hawk, between Darkin Spear, between Mihira, between the Ragnar, right? So the idea is to see just buff up your units and slowly chump out of the opponent. So we are playing Omen Hawk, which gives +1/+1 to units in our deck, lets us start advancing our Kayle win condition. We play Zoe and we play Divine Cleric. We are playing Divine Cleric because he helps us stabilize. You can buff up this guy pretty easily with this deck, allowing him to actually be able to block and give us a lot of lifesteal back, giving us the time that we need to actually take over the game. Zoe because he's just a really nice elusive. We play Esmus. The Shines also help us level up the Kayle, and the buff from the Esmus as well will count towards scale. Obviously, the idea is that you're playing Zoe, you're playing Espen on turn 1 or 2, or Omen Hawk, and then you're able to buff them up with Darkin Lodestone or Dark Spear, allowing you to just buff more of your units even more. So the Darkin Lodestone gives the buff to this Esmus, for example, and lets him also buff another unit even more. The Darkin Spear is actually kind of nice because of the health, and because he actually gets the top card in our deck to go bigger, and sometimes you can finish up some games because of Anaka, so it can be really nice as well. Pale Cascade, some nice draw, some nice buff. Winged Messenger is a really nice target for all our buffs, but I don't like it as a 3-off. I think I actually like the split of 2 Winged Messenger and 2 Seraphic Wyvern, because the Seraphic Wyvern can also get out of control, and it's a really good blocker that you can drop against most units in the current game. At 5 health, it's very difficult for opponents to be able to just remove this. Triple Unforgiving Cold because of all the Aatrox and the massive decks running around. This kind of lets us stop their big attack. Triple Mihira, if you can get her to stick on the field, she can easily let your game kind of go out of control because your board's going to start becoming bigger and bigger. Now, opponents are starting to be more aware of this, and they're keeping the mana when you're on turn 5 to be able to kill Mihira. So just keep that in mind on when you can potentially drop her. Triple Experience Unleashed lets me buff all my units and allowing us to always have value with Kayle attack. Triple Kayle, obviously, to come down and just finish the game. She can level up pretty easily in this deck. And then finally, Ragnar to just make our units even bigger, right? So the ways that you're finishing this game are usually with elusive damage, with Kayle, or with Anaka. So any way that you can buff up any of those key units ends up working out really well. And you'll see in some of the games today why this deck is okay, but it's not like broken, because it can be really slow to get your game plan going on. And if the opponent puts any aggressive game plan into you or any pressure, it can feel really bad and you can lose very quickly. But again, we're here to try out Kayle and showcase Kayle, so we're gonna give this a shot and see how it goes. If you like this video today, make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post LR videos every single day. And you can also find us at the end of the stream where we're going to go through some mulligan tips and give you a bunch more shout outs of where to find us in our social media. So enjoy the games getting soon. In this match, we're going against Kayn Aatrox. Probably the best deck in this current expansion. Aatrox and Kayn are pretty ridiculous together. This is not a bad hand. The Mihira is a little bit greedy. I think Mihira is a little bit greedy, but I like the Zoe, I like the Omen Hawk. I don't like the Cleric in this hand right now. Is there ever a world where Zoe levels up? I don't think so. I don't think we're a deck that's actually trying to level up Zoe. So I think it's just better to go for our Omen Hawk and try to go from there. Although now that we have the Esmus, I think I'm actually incentivized to play this. Is that true now? Yes, I still think I'm actually better off playing Zoe now into Esmus. Now that we ended up joining the Esmus like that. It sucks because the Shine could technically hit the Omen Hawk, right? If the opponent, but it could also hit the Divine Cleric. It could hit the Messenger. We have a lot of good hits. We have a lot of good hits, and we still get value from this. So I think I'm willing to take this and go from there. If the opponent doesn't open, we can play Omen Hawk. I definitely want to play Omen Hawk into this, right? All right. So what if instead we play the Divine Cleric now? What if instead we play the Divine Cleric, buff it up twice with the Esmus, and go from there? Or we could just push elusive damage. It's also an option. We need to raise them down, I think, actually. I think we actually need to raise them down. I think opponent has access to a strike. I think opponent has access to a strike. I'm gonna start with a Divine Cleric. The fact that they put the dark, yeah, they have access to the, yeah, there we go, the Fierce Welder, just as we expected. It's just like I expected, or like we expected. The problem now is that our units don't actually have the buffs just yet. I don't think I'm ever attacking with the Omen Hawk. Okay, actually, let's attack with both now. I was never gonna attack with the Omen Hawk, but now we can attack like this instead. If opponent doesn't block, they're taking a lot of damage here. I don't mind trading their units out. We get all the way to full life. By trading their units, we also protect ourselves against a World Ender. Kayn is the weird part here, right? So Kayn is really annoying. However, we can go like this. Opponent gets to kill the Omen Hawk. We get to play the Winged Messenger. Buff this up. Push another stat of damage. Definitely want to play the Super Cushion right away, so that we potentially have access to a stun. Ah, this is interesting. No, I'm gonna go Super Cushion. I think I want to play me. I want to play Mihira. I gotta pick the stun. I want to play Mihira over anything else, over the Ravna. So if the opponent gives me the chance here, if they play the Aatrox, then we're able to go like this, buffing everything up, including the stuff in my hand. We still have access to Unforgiving Cold. We have access to a stun. Opponent's gonna go after the Mihira. We're gonna Unforgiving Cold right now. Yes. This keeps my Mihira alive to buff stuff up even more. The stuff that came from leveling up. We have the elusives next turn. What are we looking for here? Looking for another elusive. Or we could just go wide. So my concern is the fact that the opponent has access to potentially a second Aatrox to finish up, to stay alive. It's a good chance that the opponent has access to a second Aatrox. So we could technically go stun and then kind of go all out like this. We could also just play the Ravna instead. The World Ender is going to be a problem. We could buff it like this and just force the opponent to have their lethal. I like the open. I like the open. This is forcing the opponent to have the Unforgiving Call, which they do. So we force that out. We force that out at least. We still have the stun, remember, right? We still have the stun, which is really nice. Do I really want to gift him more? But I mean, he's gonna just kill the Mihira, right? He's gonna kill this Mihira. I guess let's go here. Might as well just draw this now. The opponent can just get full value here from this slash. I guess actually doesn't matter, right? Because whichever one he goes after is gonna die. Lifesteal. He can strike this one for free, getting the World Ender cheaper. We have plenty of blockers. The Aatrox strike is really annoying. The Aatrox strike is really annoying. The stun is gonna potentially save us. This Kayle is also gonna level up. So the stun is gonna save us and the kill is gonna level up, and then we potentially can win with Kayle. Opponent's gonna get their thing right back. Kayle and Aatrox are both leveled up. I kinda don't want that to happen. The only downside is that if we play Kayle, we can't play anything else. Let's land this Kayle. I'm more scared of this Tiratu. I'm more scared of this Tiratu than I am of the Ryze. Right? There we go. I'm definitely more scared of this Tiratu than I am of the Ryze. This heals back up, right? He has to kill... He does get +1. So we can make it so that the opponent cannot kill the elusive. So now the opponent is not able to kill the elusive because if they drag with the Ryze, they're losing. So our elusive stays alive. Okay, opponent decides that it's better to kill it. Yeah, no, they're just gonna go for this. Makes sense. We're gonna actually just play the Lodestone instead, I think. The Horasi. Because the Horasi gives our Kayle Spell Shield. Now, she's still losing to another... She's still losing to another freeze. Kayle is still losing to another freeze. However, I don't think just open attacking is correct either. I don't think open attacking is correct either. Opponent will need to have World Ender. I guess they could also have access to Momentous Choice. If they have access to Momentous Choice, plus like the Deathbringer or a Furious Welder, then we're always losing anyways. This is 8 + 6. This is only 14. It's not enough. It has to be Horasi. It has to be Horasi every single time. Give the Kayle the Spell Shield to survive against a strike. Alright, so this is... We're chilling then, right? Opponent was just looking for the health. I mean, I say we're chilling, but again, opponent could still have access to Furious Welder. I mean, to the... not the Furious Welder. Opponent could have access to the Unforgiving Call, which is enough to get them there. Please, opponent, don't do me like this. No, we get there! Why not let us play? Why surrender? Let us get the strike! Let us get the strike, opponent! I wanted to see the Kayle strike. We actually got there. A second Unforgiving Call would have removed the Spell Shield and then frozen Kayle. That's what I was worried about. But I think we have to just risk it. I hope they didn't have it. And they didn't have that. Oh, opponent! I wanted to see the double strike hit. GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Aatrox Akshan. I think Aatrox Kayn is probably the best deck in the game, by the way. Aatrox Akshan probably not as good. But it's still nice to kind of go against different variations of Aatrox. Opponent get 3 cards in their hand, so this is looks pretty bad for us. We do have the Unforgiving Call, so that could save us later in the game. But we did kick out our equipment, so have to be a little bit careful of that. I'm actually gonna trade this Almond Hawk. Oh, never mind. I was gonna trade the Almond Hawk because I knew that the opponent probably wants to put an equipment on it. But since they ended up actually... I'm gonna look like this. I know it's gonna reduce this. That's interesting. So they're playing the Altar of Blood. Like, they're actually playing the Altar of Blood. I'm gonna do it this way so that the opponent cannot equip their Forsaken Bakai. This is probably one of the best values that we're gonna get to Spirits Unleashed. Also getting rid of our unit. Yeah. We can play the Winged Messenger. Or we can play Zoe first. That's a pretty big Zoe. Winged Messenger, Darkening Lodestone. Need to be careful about the equipment. Opponent has a Darkening card in their hand because they predict it, right? Alright, Winged Messenger is such a good blocker against this action now. I guess opponent could have access to the action spell. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm okay with this. It sucks losing the Zoe, but the opponent's gonna have to start worrying about the rest of my units. Like the Winged Messenger, the Divine Clerk. These are a lot of powerful units.
We have gone long without justice, but keep hope alive.
Opponent has Aatrox. Shoot. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess let's go ahead and put the Darkening Lodestone. That way we enable our Unforgiving Call. We'll push 5 damage for now. We'll push the 5 damage. The kill is nowhere near enough at the moment. Eventually we'll play the kill and kind of play like that. The World Ender is nowhere close. Okay, second kill is pretty good though. Okay, second kill is really good. Because we can keep the kill alive with the Divine Judgment. Against an Aatrox like damage, for example. I don't want to have to play the Unforgiving Call. I don't want to play this kill yet and lose to a second Aatrox. Because the kill is not big enough to... I guess she's big enough because she has enough health. Okay, so we know they have the second Aatrox. We know they have the second Aatrox for sure. Next time we can play Kayle as I have mana for Unforgiving Call. They might go ahead and... I see what they're doing. I think they're waiting, right? They're waiting. If the opponent gives me the chance, I'll commit the kill right now. But if they don't give me the chance, then I gotta wait. They shouldn't play anything here. They shouldn't be committing this single combat. That would be kind of throwing the game, in my opinion. Mihira is tempting. But I think I like the kill, because I think I really like the idea of setting up this Divine Judgment. Akshan is gonna level up here, which is really annoying. There it is.
Fixing the world one scoundrel at a time.
Opponent didn't commit their second Aatrox, so we'll go like this. This has Lodestone, so we can buff up the kill a little bit. It does mean that we do a little bit less damage. We can also now attack with the Divine Clerk and be okay. We can also attack with the Divine Clerk now, right? Because opponent's not going to have a lot of great blockers. The World Ender is kind of annoying. We know the opponent has one Aatrox. Has obviously the Darkening Lodestone. Do we go like this? I think so. I think I want to buff up this Kayle. I think I want to buff up this Kayle as much as possible so that she can kill things with the Kayle's Divine Judgment. And maybe she can actually take over the game.
Spears ready.
We're still pushing 9 here and also healing up 4 because we froze their 2 strongest units. The Aatrox is going to be a problem because Divine Judgment is not enough to save the Winged Messenger. The second Aatrox is still a problem. The only way that we're able to kill that Aatrox is if the opponent gets greedy and targets the Kayle, but the Kayle is only 9, so it's still not enough either.
Finders keepers.
They could also just straight up play Orasi, which doesn't do them a ton, to be fair. They could just play the equipment. I'm not as scared of the ball cut. So Point is trying to think, right? And again, the second Aatrox is actually a big problem. Like, it's kind of crazy how good Aatrox spell is. A lot better than I expected, to be honest. I like really pushing a lot of pressure. But really, the World Ender is the scariest part of their deck. Because leveling up Aatrox is so easy. It's so easy for them. Kayle is not close to leveling up either, because there's no way for us to get her to 11. What are they going for here? I guess they're just trying to advance the Warlord Sword. They're gonna just cycle the equipment? Yeah. They're just gonna cycle the equipment so they can advance the Warlord Sword. Because once Aatrox levels up, the opponent will have all these cheap units that they can play. The other option that we have... is playing Orasi. Nah, it's not enough, right? It's not enough. It's not enough. Orasi only takes us to 7. I guess the Divine Judgment takes it... Actually, it is enough. It is enough. So, if we play... Yeah, this is the World Ender, as I expected. Then the opponent will be able to play... actually, they won't be able to really play a lot of things. They have 1 mana. So, if we go Orasi into Lodestone, I'm scared. I am scared. 1 mana is a problem. Because if we lose this elusive, I think we lose the game, right? Oh, this is so bad. Opponent does need another blocker, though. Okay. What I was scared of is the Darkened Ages, right? So the Darkened Ages was super scary for me. So here now we can go... Oh wait, Orasi's already at 8. So now we can go Orasi. Okay, opponent also got to heal with Aatrox, so that does change things a little bit. Opponent needs to have blockers here. Opponent needs to actually have blockers. Okay, so... The Divine Judgment... We can just attack now. But the opponent has single combat, right? We know that the opponent has a single combat from Aatrox. So we want to save the Divine Judgment until after the opponent commits a single combat. Maybe they get greedy and commit it here. They got another blocker. They got themselves another blocker. So that kind of just completely gets rid of any plan that I might have had. Any potential plan that I had just went out the window.
Deliverance.
I guess the best that we can do is sacrifice the Horaci against the Aatrox. And keep our Divine Judgment to keep this kill alive. Keep this as a lifesteal. Opponent easily kills the Horaci. It's not enough. It's not enough. Because if we put...
I have places to
Okay,
be.
opponent's at 11. 9, 10. Why do we go like this? Why do we go like this? What happens first? Does the Horaci happen first? He gets to heal. He gets to heal anyways, so that's a little bit unfortunate. So I guess we gotta go like this. We gotta go like this, and now the opponent is actually gonna lose their Aatrox at least. So at least the opponent loses their Aatrox now, right? Because they're gonna have to block everything. They're gonna lose the Aatrox. We can give Spell Shield to the Winged Messenger. Opponent goes to 13 because of the heal. I forgot about the heal from Aatrox every time he strikes. So it was never gonna be lethal. It was never gonna be lethal no matter which order we sequence this.
Take your time. I won't judge.
We just have to hope that the opponent doesn't have another strike right now. I mean, any other strike is gonna just kill the Aatrox, right? Because the opponent only has... Opponent can only target their own Aatrox with the Aatrox Deathbringer sweep. So they could sacrifice their own Aatrox, which gives them with one less blocker. They get to kill the elusive, I guess, by doing that. Nope. So now we go here. So we can buff this up. We can give the Kayle more damage. I don't know if she actually needs it. I think maybe the extra health is probably more important.
Her light still burns.
I think the extra health from this Divine Cleric is more important. Yes, I think I need to go up to 11, right? So it does work. The Horaci goes first, and then the Darkened Lodestone goes second, right? So it would have been lethal if the opponent didn't have the heal from the Aatrox. Opponent can Deathbringer if they want to, but if they do that, they're just losing the Aatrox anyways. You have to block with everything, and because we killed your Aatrox and you just used another one, then there's a good chance that we're in a good spot. Kayle is also gonna level up. This is a close game. It is a very close game. Opponent could bring back Aatrox here because of the Warlord's Horde though. We're up to 11. We're up to 11. We have a good set of blockers. We have the Mihira as well, but the Mihira is never gonna be enough. She's too slow at this point. It's gonna have to just be the second Horaci. We just have to hope that the opponent... I guess the opponent could have another Aatrox. Like, if the opponent has another Aatrox in their hand, and also summons one from the Warlord's Horde, then that's when it gets really problematic for us. We have enough chump blockers that I think we should be okay. Yeah, so they get to play Horaci here. And then they can play their equipment and swap it out so that they can trigger the Warlord's Horde. And then that lets them bring back their Aatrox. So if they have another Aatrox in their hand, they can bring back the Aatrox here by swapping the equipment out. And then if they have another Aatrox on top of that in their hand, then I think we just lose the game, right? So if they have a way to bring back Aatrox here, and then can play the bulk cards for cheaper mana, because Aatrox discounts them by 5, right? So the bulk cards is gonna cost 3, and then if they have another Darkin, could be enough to percent lethal, and they don't have it. They don't have it. Honestly, the Aatrox spell is really scary, but it also forces the opponent to lose the Aatrox that they might have in their hand, right? So it actually ended up beneficial there for us, so GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Ryze, Kindred, Elise. Ryze, Kindred, Elise. That's a lot of redness. Might be a little bit too early. Might even be too early for the Divine Clerk. Honestly, the redness are not bad in this matchup, because we want to make sure that our units get really big. Okay, this is pretty bad. Unforgiving Cold is not what we want in this matchup. This actually feels really bad. I'm gonna play the Darkening Spear. I mean, opponent could play Quietus here. I wanted to play Quietus. Oh, go. Okay, I don't agree with this being a you really want to put more cards in your deck when you're already putting so many cards there? I don't know about that. I don't agree with that. But it worked out for the opponent right here, because our hand is super awkward. If our hand wasn't this awkward, I don't think that works out for them. Yeah, I mean, if you have Quietus, you have Quietus. I'm not gonna play around it. It sounds to me like they either have... Yes, the Quietus. The Quietus at least means that our equipment still stays on the field. So it's not, you know, the end of the world. But the opponent does have a bunch of removal. Way too much removal. So now, the reason I started with the Esmas first is to play around a second Gohar. But the opponent could easily have the landmark that does 2 to the Esmas. There's the Shower Betrayal that we talked about. So we lose the Esmas. We'll have to rely on the Divine Clerk. Maybe we don't play the Divine Clerk until later. We might just play here for the Darkening Spear, but the opponent's easily going to have a lot of control cards, right? It's going to be very easy for the opponent to have a way to just kill this.
And always die.
Let's land the Zoe. If the opponent has another Gohar, they have the Gohar.
Curse these fools.
Okay, they didn't play the Gohar there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it like this. Put more health on her. A second Quietus will really suck. Ay. They're spending a lot of resources. It's my only saving grace that we can eventually get to our equipment and kind of try to win the game that way. Problem is they also have a lot of control cards, right? They have a lot of control cards because they're playing Shadow Owl's Ryze. Let's do the same thing again. Let's force them to have it. The problem here is that if they have a second shard, they can kill the Zoe. Okay.
Without the other.
The light still burns.
He's gonna try to play to kill this this Divine Clerk, right? I think I want to buff this up, so I'm just gonna play the Unforgiving Cold here. This is probably my best Unforgiving Cold anyways that I'm gonna have. I want to make sure that this Zoe gets bigger than the opponent can deal with. This Kindred is gonna definitely be a problem if the opponent has like a Vengeance or something like that. So that's a little bit problematic. Mehera could get us to a good spot.
In the dark.
Maybe we can get something cheap. It's not cheap per se, but I like the draw. It makes it as well so that we're not just dying. Nope, he still gets to kill the Zoe because they have the Gifts from Beyond. They get to do the Calibrum here. I think opponent is not playing correctly. Don't think opponent's playing correct. I mean, yeah, they get to push a lot of damage here. But I don't think this damage really matters because now we're just going to play Orasi, right? So we're literally just going to play the Orasi and buff a Zoe or an Esmos all the way up. So now how are you dealing with the big Orasi? Because you decided to get greedy with the way you kill things. Eventually, we also get to play Anaka. You need to have 2 spells to kill this Orasi. An opponent hasn't been playing like they have access to Vengeance. Maybe they do. Maybe they have the Battlefield and the Vengeance, and if that's the case, then props to them. But then the Zoe is still staying alive. It's not the Zoe that would die here. It's gonna be the Esmos, right? If they have Battlefield and Vengeance, the Esmos gets tagged by the Kindred. Okay, they must have a Vengeance then, right? They wanna kill the Zoe. They wanna kill the Zoe. So what they're looking to do here is Vengeance the Esmos so that the Zoe gets tagged. Oh no! Wait, what? I'm so confused. Wait, I'm actually so confused now. You're gonna just lose to the Orasi. We can even kill Ryze here. We can actually just straight up kill Ryze. With the Spirits Unleashed. And that's what I'm saying, right? Oh. Wait, that's it? So then we play Anaka and we win the game? We play Anaka and we win the game then?
Nagakabura sends her blessing.
I don't hate the Moon Silver. I kind of like the draw though. I guess opponent could have a second way to deal with this Anaka. I think we just attack with the Anaka. We just attack with the Anaka and we play it slow. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, perfect. Now everything is gonna be buffed up. We're gonna play it slow here. I don't think opponent's gonna have a great way to kill us. They had to spend the Ruination. That's huge. That's huge, because look how much draw we have. All we need to do is just play around a second Ruination, and I think we win this game. An opponent just tapped out of it, so we just play Mihera. We play Spirits Unleashed. We play Mihera. We can play Omen Hawk first if anything. Everything's gonna be buffed up, buffed up, buffed up. Kayle is gonna be pretty strong. I think opponent's trying to play around the Mihera. You know what? I'm gonna drop her. If the opponent Ruinations next turn, that's fine. They have to Vengeance this. They don't Vengeance this. If the opponent has a Ruination, that's fine. We have so many cards in our hand that this doesn't matter to me. Alright, we got there. We pass. So we could... nah, we want to pass. Give me the second Ruination, my friend. You can't let that Anaka stay. Okay. I disagree with the opponent's play right there. I think having Anaka stay on the field is the worst one that you can do, because the Anaka is just gonna summon more units. Let's play the Kayle. Let's play the Divine Clerk as well. We attack with everything except the Omen Hawk, so that we get something else from Anaka. And that's game. Ah, we get another Clerk. Kayle got to 15, didn't get to level up, but she got to push a lot of damage, and that's all we can ask from her, so GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Thresh, Gwen, Hecarim. So this is going to be an ephemeral deck, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're using the new card, the landmark. I already forgot the name of it. I like it for giving cold, but maybe not this early. I'm gonna just commit for the Zoe into Darkening Lodestone and hope that the opponent is actually playing full ephemerals and not playing some random like actual control stuff. Okay, so they are gonna be playing full ephemerals. Question is here, do we sacrifice this? Do we actually sacrifice this? I don't think so. I think I'm taking the 1 damage. Playing the Darkening Lodestone. Because we're gonna be able to heal things back up anyways. And if the Mehera stays on the field, I wanna have the Zoe stay alive. Being able to give her the Lodestone is really nice as well. Yeah, the opponent gets the Shark Chariot, which means that we cannot attack. They get another Shark Chariot next turn. So that's a little bit annoying. We're gonna have to sacrifice this Divine Clerk. Okay, we can sacrifice the Omen Hawk instead. Yeah, they're gonna play Shark Chariot. We're gonna play the Omen Hawk. And now check this out. We are gonna take 6 damage. But we can play the Divine Clerk, which is gonna get supported by the Zoe and become a 3-2, which the opponent will not be able to block with their Shadow Apprentice. They could kill this Zoe here, if they like. But I have a hunch that they do not have the option to. I guess they could have a twin as well. And then we're gonna play the Sephiric Wyvern. It's actually a pretty strong card. Like, pretty underrated card here. He can block a lot of things. Like, he can, look at that, he can block almost everything that the opponent has. Now, if the opponent has Thresh, I'm a little bit sad. But if the opponent plays Thresh here, we let them kill the Zoe. We could also look for the stun. I don't think we do. I think we just go for the Mehera. I think we just go for the Mehera. And go like that. Do I want to lose this lifesteal? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. And I'm gonna just commit to the Mehera, which makes this lifesteal even stronger.
My faith never faltered.
Now we can attack with both here. Heal back up again. We're at 7. Opponent could have a Hecarim, which would be problematic. We're gonna have to rely on the stun. We're gonna have to rely on the stun. We're gonna go like this. We get the stun. We Pale Cascade, keep ourselves alive. Problem is all the freaking sharks, right? All the freaking sharks are a big deal. Now we have Unforgiving Cold on top of it. Okay, so we have enough. We have 7 mana. We have enough for a stun, and we have enough for the Unforgiving Cold, right? So we have just enough here to be able to win. Opponent's gonna try to win with the Shadow Apprentice. Hecarim, okay. So we're gonna have to stun this. We're gonna have to stun this Hecarim and this Shadow Apprentice. If the opponent has more elusives, like if the opponent has more elusives, that's the only thing that makes me sad. And they actually had they actually had another elusive. At least they didn't hit the scout. They greeted it out. They greeted out the attack. So we can go like this. So we can go like this and live at 1. I'm reading out this block. I'm reading out this block like super hard. I'm reading out this block super hard. Kayle is gonna make this have elusive as well as make this stronger. We play Esmus. We play Kayle. Just have to hope that the opponent doesn't have a second Dragon Ambush.
These mortals do not deserve to
And this is
look upon
lethal?
you.
Yeah. No, it's not lethal because the opponent has an elusive blocker, right? The opponent has an elusive blocker, so it's not actually lethal. I can make it... Okay. Our opponent gets another ephemeral because they got exactly what they need. I need a second Unforgiving Cold. I need a second Unforgiving Cold. I'm trying to see how to make this work. Because if we just go like this, we're losing on the lifesteal.
This will be done.
I guess this is gonna provide us more lifesteal later, right? I think we just go like this. But then the Kayle is not leveling up. I think I need to actually level up the Kayle, even if we lose this blocker. I need to be able to level up this Kayle. What Kayle is gonna give us... Okay, opponent didn't block correctly. I think opponent should actually kill the Esmus. We have a blocker for the Hecarim Overwhelm. Kayle is gonna level up. When Kayle levels up, she gives +1/+1 to all our units. And because we have this lifesteal, we're gonna have Mihira giving +1/+1 to everything. And then Kayle also gives +1/+1 to everything. We also actually didn't need to sacrifice our Esmus, because I forgot about Mihira giving everything +1 at the end of the turn. So now Kayle is enough to block the Hecarim. And then we have a bunch of lifesteal here to do the rest of the work. Opponent gets a bunch of stuff that's not gonna matter that much.
I deem you
So we do like this. We play this here.
Flame.
Is that enough? We live at 2. This one gives us more health. We live at 3. If we go here, we die. If we go like this, we live at 3. Doesn't matter which one we block. Alright. If the opponent has access to another way to commit the lethal, then we lose. Don't think I can play around it anymore, right? If they have like another... I said it, right? If they have another Dragon Ambush, right? I mean, we tried our best. We tried our best. Opponent top deck the perfect answer there with the second Dragon Ambush. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Ekko Zilean. Should be interesting. That's too late. That's too late. That's too late. I want to see my elusives early. I want to see like my early units. Zoe is not bad. We can put the Darking Spear on the Zoe and make it so that she's out of range of a Mystic Shot. That doesn't sound bad to me. Might be a game where we can potentially level up Zoe. Kayle is not great. We need to get some good units from the Darking Spear. Bakai. Yeah, Bakai is such a good addition to... They're playing Darking Equipment? Wait. What equipment are they playing in this deck? What equipment are you playing in this deck that makes sense? Is there any equipment in this deck that makes sense?
Nice day.
At least they lower with the draw border, so that's pretty good for us. It's gonna be all depending on whichever unit we get from this buff. Oh, they just play Bloodletters? Is Bloodletters even good in this archetype? That's a huge draw. Okay.
We tend the fire and
That's a
hope
huge
for
draw.
return.
Because now we can heal up with the spell. I'm down to do it right now because I wanna have access to something like this, like a stun. And this way I have 2 chances of hitting what I want. Because now I get a second. Super cool shot. They could sacrifice the draw border and just get their Dark Control. Quicksand.
Real good to see you.
Quicksand. So the Zoe will die. I'm gonna save the Zoe. I'm gonna threaten the Zoe level up. I'm gonna threaten the Zoe level up by going like this. Also doesn't give him the Dark Control. We can always sacrifice the Divine Cleric into the Forsaken by Kayn next turn. I don't think I care that much. Force the opponent to commit a Mystic here if they have it. Second drop board. We are taking a lot of damage. We are taking a lot of damage, so maybe actually keeping this Cleric alive is a good idea. The Wyvern is gonna be a great blocker. Maybe we actually sacrifice Zoe now that we have a second one. Does leveling up Zoe actually matter in this matchup? Okay, that's huge. That is huge. I think I might actually sacrifice this Zoe. And just try to make a unit really big. Opponent could have access to a Time Bomb now to kill this Zoe anyways. We have a good blocker here with the Wyvern.
This is my time.
Okay. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the full block. It's also better to do it now before the opponent has access to we also have a better Zoe, by the way, that's why I don't mind it. Question here is, do we go for the red now? Do we go for the red now, or do we just continue with the Darking Spear? I think it's gonna be Mihira. I think it's gonna be Mihira, so I'm gonna just commit it like this. Problem is a Time Bomb. Time Bomb is a big issue against Mihira. Opponent took a lot of damage here, by the way. So that doesn't let me actually play the Mihira out. Is it actually red now? The just being +2 doesn't really matter to me that much. We might just do Darkin Spear here, to be honest. Just keep the Zoe healthy. Make the Zoe be a good blocker. We still have the stun, so like if the opponent goes for Solani, I think I'm okay still. We can play Kayle to buff this up next turn. There's the Echo. Here's the stun. Here's the stun that we were talking about. Right, just so that we stop that Echo from actually doing anything.
You said that yesterday. Good one, Zil.
Boom.
Yeah.
If he goes for Radiant Negation here, doesn't that mean that they tap out of... They have to have a way to buff this up. Like, they cannot play... So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. We can play Moonglow. Opponent would not be able to kill this Wyvern. We might just win the game through the Wyvern. Because opponent has no mana to really play this out. Then next time we can Kayle. We can go dark. We can go the Cleric. Then we Kayle. Opponent has no blockers. We win the game because we're gonna have Overwhelm. We're gonna have 4 units attacking, and that's game. Yeah, that's really weird that they committed that Radiant Negation, right? Because that Radiant Negation tapped them out of being able to actually be able to go for the revive, even if they lost the Echo. So GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's games. We had some pretty fun games. We got to see it all. We got to see a Kayle level up that almost won us the game with the double attack. Actually, he won us the game. Opponent just didn't let us see the ending animation. We got to see Anaka coming in clutch. We got to see all the losers in general. Right now, you can see the value that you can put in. This deck is fun. I will say, I don't think this deck is amazing, but it's very fun when you can go off and do it. I'm really debating whether I like this or I like Kayle Bar better. Both feel pretty good and pretty fun when you can get their game plan going. And honestly, man, Kayle is such a nice unit, like such a fun unit to get to play down and get to her win condition. I'm very sad about how slow she is, unfortunately. But anyways, enough about that. In terms of mulligan, as you saw, I'm looking for Omenhawk and Zoe. Omenhawk, Zoe, Esmus. Those are the 3 units that I'm looking for. So don't be afraid to hard mulligan for any one of those 3 units. They will enable the rest of your deck and the rest of your game plan. So Omenhawk, Zoe, Esmus. That's 9 cards total. So the chances of us having at least one of those in our mulligan is pretty high. And that will enable for us to have a good target for our equipment, for us to start buffing the rest of our units, etc., etc. You definitely don't want to keep any of your late stuff. You want to get all these things later on in the game, and just try to at least be able to survive the early aggression as best as you can with your early edge. So just keep that in mind right there. Anyways, that's enough for me for today's scale. Tomorrow we're gonna showcase Aatrox so that we can round out our showcase of all 3 champions. If you like today's video, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. And you can also find us on Twitch at Twitch Sirturmund, where we stream every now and then. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.